All right. Ayo, it's so. Here's my part two to my stereotype versus real. I wanted to talk about uh my culture with being an African American person in America, talking to my Chinese friends and everybody else online. So, I was talking about how um well, I'll just go from where I won't recap. I'll just go where I was. Excuse me. So basically we were set up to fail, and as black people, that's kind of how the world is, cuz but like lots of people, they're like, "Oh, racism's over." And I say were, but this is like a past and current thing. Like this is something that is like still happening. Um so yeah, and this is both a stereotype and a truth. So it's like it's stereotype based in truth. It's something that you have to like watch out for, as and something like I pray for my brothers and my family, my dad. So darker skinned people and like darker skinned black people and black men. So especially if you're a dark skinned black man, they tend to be seen as a threat to authority, and any white man just just they're always there's just a threat. Just their existence is just a threat. So, and also, but yeah, and it's just insane. It if just living is just a threat. And but then I was just adding this because there's this whole thing where well, I'll just read what I wrote. I said, just because just because I'm light skinned doesn't mean that I'm so there's this other group of people. So like a spoiled brat who was told that I was gorgeous and told yes to everything. Um that stereotype, yeah. So basically there's like a stereotype of like nowadays a lot of mixed kids are just because so many mixed kids are just like really really cute, and they're just and really just lots of kids in general are just spoiled and they're told yes all the time. And but even still, like just in general, there's a void for some people between like dark skinned black people and light skinned black people, and it's colorism. And I'm sure y'all have that, no matter who's listening to this, if you're Chinese or Japanese or Wackanese. I'm just kidding, I don't know. I just made that up, please don't be offended. I could have come up with something real. I'm tired. I have not slept at all. It's 3:03. Don't tell my mom. She doesn't have red notes, so she ain't gonna know. But and I have church in 3 hours. Wait, 5 hours. I have church in 5.5 hours. Okay. But yeah, so but yeah, because life is, well, especially so I think it started from like in the past, where there was this thing called the paper bag test, where and I would have passed the paper bag test. Oh my gosh, I actually have a paper bag over there. Hold on. Oh, my room is a mess. Can you see that paper bag on the floor? That's the color of a paper bag. I guess you probably know what a paper bag is. But if I put my skin next to it, like it's basically, if your skin is the same color or lighter than the bag, then you could get into certain places and party or whatever. And so they tried to like drive a wedge between black people, and that's kind of like, I think that's where it started. I wasn't alive for that, so I don't know. But and that's where some that's where you call, well, I'm not white passing, but some people who pass the paper bag test, like my grandma, is white passing. And that's why some people genuinely thought when they saw me hanging out with my grandma, they thought I was mixed. They're like, oh, they were like, Sophia, you're mixed. I was like, what are you talking about? They were like, we just saw you with your grandma. I was like, and when I was like, my grandma is black, they were like, what? No, she isn't. I'm like, but anyway, because black people, oh, that's another thing. Black people, literally, we come in like every color. We come from like this wall color to like my hair color, pretty much. Like, we really do. We come in like all the shades. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Um, I mean, like my dark hair color, not this orange, this blackety brown, like this black. Really, there's some black people who are like straight up black, but well, that's if you have like melanosis, melanin. There's a thing where it's called melanitis, If you have, it's the opposite of it's uh. It's the opposite of one is if you have like white skin and one is if you have dark skin. That's one if you have like literally black skin. And now I can't remember what the white skin one is called. Anyway, but yeah, but even outside of those, like some people just genuinely have dark skin and light skin without having the illnesses of vitiligo. Not vitiligo. That's not the word I was trying to think of. It doesn't matter. That's not my point. Okay. So yeah, so people would bully each other. And because I remember my grandma told me a story where she and her cousin went somewhere and there were a bunch of dark-skinned black people and they were supposed to get served some food, and they were there first. And even the people working at the restaurant, they served everybody else before them. They were sitting there the entire time. They weren't even rude. My aunt and her friend, my grandma and my aunt, or was it her friend? I don't know. They weren't doing anything wrong. They were just being light-skinned. And some people, because, I guess they were hurt. Some people are hurt by light-skinned people, and so they take it out on other light-skinned people. But see, I don't hate anybody. I love everybody, every skin color, every race, religion, sexuality. Like, I love all y'all. But yeah. So okay, so that's kind of, does that wrap up all the black stuff? But yeah, basically, yeah, a lot of stuff is still happens with racism that affects us. But one big thing is just like in America, like imagine every time you get in your car, you never know if you're gonna, you have to worry about getting home alive for like two reasons. One, for like the main reasons of like safety on the road, just in general for the car. And two, because you're worried that the cop themselves is gonna hurt you. And it's really sad because you should be thinking about the cop as someone who's gonna protect you. But as an African American person in America today, that's not how we feel. And it's really sad, but it's so true. And I don't know, I just thought I should say that. But ooh, on a happier note, our hair is awesome and very unique and very different. And it comes in like different, like tight curls. I don't have it. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have like printed out a picture or something. But like they come in like curls that are like really tight, and then like this tight, like they get like bigger and bigger. I don't know if black people have like, well, and then some black people have like straighter hair, like thicker hair, but we have a variety of hair type. We don't really have like that white girl straight wavy hair. I don't know. To me, white girl hair always seemed like Asian girl hair, but I've never touched white girl hair or Asian girl hair. Or boy hair. I don't know. Just hair. But I feel like our hair has a lot of variety to it, but then again, we wear a lot of weaves, and that's another thing. Not all of us wear weaves. I've never worn a weave in my life. Sometimes I wear like attachments and clip-ons. Like the other day I had like it has like it was a rainbow on a scrunchie, and I just tied the scrunchie to my hair, and it was just a rainbow dangling from it. And sometimes I'll have like a clip with a color coming out. But now that I dyed my hair, I'm not as worried about it. But yeah, so like not everyone, I don't know, we're just kind of all doing our own thing. So just don't assume stuff. And yeah, don't ever touch a black person's hair. Like, as a rule, like, you can ask. Like, if anything, at least just ask. But don't, like, I mean, in general, don't touch anybody without asking. But, like, just don't do that. You know? Because I feel like, I don't know. And also, I'm wondering, like, I know this is something I see in Japanese anime, not in, and this is China, but I don't know if this is like an Asian thing. But why do they pet girls, and why do they like it? Like, do they like that in China too? And I don't know if they even like that in Japan, but I can't ask y'all because y'all aren't Japanese. But like, why is that a thing? Why do people like that? And I don't get it. I don't know. I had to ask that, but I don't know if anybody, sorry, I don't know if anyone's going to answer that. Maybe I should make that a separate question, but, now I'm just trying to think of extra stuff about black people. And we can get tanned. I remember my friend was like, I told him I got a tan, and he thought I was joking. And luckily, like, I didn't, it was like I wore thick enough straps that it was up here. So it wasn't like anything inappropriate that I showed him, but I just like showed him my, swimsuit strap. And he was like, what? So yeah, the sun can get to any skin shade. Even my darker skinned brothers, they get tanned. But everybody needs to exfoliate and put on sunscreen. I put on sunscreen on my face every morning. At least that's my goal. But, what do we do? We put lotion on like all the time. Black people put lotion and chapstick on. Those are our best friends. Family is like a big thing to us, which is another thing. I genuinely think that, like, why are there not more Black and Asian couples? Because, like, the more I learn about Asian culture and, like, everything I know about Black culture, like, there's so many things that we have in common that, like, the ideals of, like, respect, like, towards elders and, like, loving family, and, like, we like spicy food. And, well, you know, I guess that's specifically, I'm thinking of Korea. I don't know. Because I learned things about different, like, specific Asian cultures. So I'm sure, I know they're very different. Because, like, I remember, for example, I took a class called Cultures of Asia. And I was like, this is going to be way overwhelming because Asia is flipping huge. Like, you could take a class on like literally like one country in Asia, and still not even, you could take a class on what's smaller than a country, I don't know, but yeah, so we just like we just bopped around looking at, I still got confused. We learned all the religions in like not all the religions, we learned Buddhism, Taoism, and Taoism in like a week, and I'm still I remember Buddhism and I'm sorry, Buddhism, Hinduism, and what did I say? I don't know what I said. I don't even remember like Buddhism and Hinduism. I don't remember Taoism. Why did I say Taoism? What is Taoism? What is Taoism? Taoism? What am I saying? Anyway, see, I'm still tired, but um, but but yeah, because like Asia's huge, and I feel like that's why I get offended when people get like, "Oh, you're Asian, like you must be like, are you Chinese? Or you?" I'm like, don't even guess. You don't know. Like, just ask the person, or like, or like, don't like if they're in America, then they're American. Like, you're American. Like, if you see a black person in America, you don't go like, "Are you African?" Like, what? Like, I feel like people are so rude, and it ticks me off. But like, I don't get it, cause like it's just like, cause Asia's huge. So why are you gonna even try and guess where somebody's from if they're not actually from America? And then you just seem like a jackwagon, and yeah, I don't know. Like, unless you like know the person, or you're just like, they know you're gonna guess, and it's gonna be like a silly kind of thing, or you're gonna be like, oh, let me guess, and it's gonna be like a thing. But don't just be like, ooh, like, I don't know. That ticks me off like so much. Like, I get offended like for the Asian person, and I'm just like, and I got so mad the other day at myself, because I was like, isn't wait, what'd I say? No, not Shanghai. I said, I said, isn't Singapore in China? And I was like, I got Singapore mixed up with Shanghai. And I was like, I am so sorry. Cause they both start with S. And I was like, I'm sorry. But, cause I knew them, and I learned about them around the same time, and my brain just doesn't work right. Like, I swear, like, if I do have ADHD, then that means I have a hard time focusing. So if I have a hard time focusing, I like mix stuff together. I've mixed stuff together my entire life, and that would make sense if never mind, this is getting long. Okay, I know I'm not done yet. I was gonna do the third part. Okay, part 3 coming up.